Hello, my name is Soleil and welcome to the Little Reader's Corner. What are we doing today? Well, let me ask my little friend. Come on. Oh no, it's okay. Come here. Okay, now we're ready. It's time for another year of Draconathon. So if you participated with us last year, we had a gosh darn good time. It was the first year we did it and we decided to do it again this year. But if you are new and you have never heard about Draconathon, let me give you a little bit of an intro. So myself and Jade from Jade & Reader, we co-host this readathon together. It is a month long. It takes place throughout August and it is a celebration of the draconic creatures from all around the world. So draconic creatures include dragons, wyverns, worms, and all other related creatures, and there are a lot from all around the world. Last year we had 7 prompts that covered kind of the 7 continents, but instead of having Antarctica, we had Africa twice, and they are specifically from specific regions, from mythologies. And the way that it works is that each dragon has both a draconic and a world prompt based on its origin story and its mythology. So you can either choose a book based off of the draconic prompt or based off of the world prompt. If you do it based off of the world prompt, then you are specifically looking at either that region or that specific country of origin. Now, without further ado, let's introduce this year's dragons. Come on, guys. So this year we decided to reduce the prompts down to 5. Since last year we did have, with those 7 prompts, quite a few to cover. Of course, you can double up on prompts no matter what. You can find a book that somehow hits all 5 prompts, or you can choose one book for each prompt. It's totally up to you. And we also have a group book this year, plus even more dragon activities than we did last year, which is very exciting. So let's get to these prompts. So our first dragon is Chiwen, which is a dragon from China. This is one of the 9 sons of the dragon from China. So Chiwen actually is most often seen on the tops of roofs and buildings as a kind of sentinel dragon who looks out for danger. But this dragon also was known for loving poetry. So for this dragon, the draconic based prompt is poetry and the world prompt is Asia, or specifically China. So you would be finding a book that either has poetry in it, is a poetry book that has dragons of course, or is written by a Chinese author, an author from China, or an author from Asia. Our second dragon is Nidhogg. So this is a Scandinavian / Norse dragon from Norse mythology. And in Norse mythology, this dragon is gnawing at the root tree Yggdrasil. So for Nidhogg, the draconic prompt is morally gray, villainous, and anti-hero, because that was who Nidhogg was in Norse mythology. And the world prompt is the Scandinavian regions, which include Denmark, Norway, and Sweden, but can also include the Faroe Islands, Finland, and Iceland, which of course are in the region of Europe. Our next dragon is Nanabolele. This dragon is from Basotho mythology, which is a Bantu ethnic group from modern day southern Africa. And this draconic creature was known for having luminescent skin, as well as having a very strong and protective skin. So for this one, the draconic prompt is pick a book with a beautiful cover. And you can interpret that however you please. Whatever book you find beautiful and alluring to you, that is the one for this draconic prompt. And then for the world-based prompt, it is an author from Southern Africa or from the continent of Africa. Our next dragon is Tiamat, who is from the Babylonian creation myth, which would be in modern day Iraq roughly. In Babylonian mythology, Tiamat is the creator goddess who created much of the earth and its surroundings, but primarily was the sea goddess who created the Tigris River and the Euphrates. So for Tiamat, the draconic prompt will be rivers and oceans. And for the world-based prompt, it is modern day Iraq or the Middle East. And our last dragon is Angont. This dragon is from the folklore of the Wyandot First Nations people, and their tribe emerged around roughly where modern day Lake Ontario is. This dragon was known in folklore as a large predator Yonder, it mostly inhabited caves and brought on chaos and disaster, and also poison and disease. So for the Draconic prompt, it is chaos, disaster, and poison. And for the world prompt, it is the First Nations Native American people around Lake Ontario, and then in a larger sense in the native lands of the Americas. So when I say that, we are specifically referring to the native people who inhabited these lands before they were colonized. So this does not include modern day Canadians or Americans who are not native people. If you have any questions about that, please ask us down below. But we are referring specifically to people who are part of First Nations tribes or who are Indigenous Native Americans, not former Europeans who are currently in America. If there is any more confusion about how the prompts work, please let me know down below. Basically, there are two different ways that you can participate in this readathon, either by doing Draconic prompts or doing world prompts. You can go either way, you can do both, you can do it however you please. Just make sure that you are utilizing the prompts in the way that they are meant, and you're doing your research about correctly representing the authors that you will be reading. As an example, if you want to find a dragon book for the prompt for Tiamat, you can either do something that features rivers and seas. So this could be a pirate dragon book, something that happens out on the oceans, something that has a river of large significance in it, or you can be taking it from the world prompt point of view, where it's either a dragon book written by an Iraqi author or a dragon book written by someone who is from a Middle Eastern country. As I mentioned before, this readathon is happening throughout all of August, so we will be having 4 live shows on the weekends of August. We will have those dates out for you soon, but since I will be starting a new job very soon, we don't have those dates just yet, but we will very soon. We also will have a giveaway during one of those live shows, and we will be doing activities and fun events. And this year we have 3 dragon-based activities that we will be doing throughout the month. The first one is a craft/artsy activity. So you can do this however you please with whatever resources you have. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of supplies if that's not what you want to do, or something that you can't do, that is totally fine. You can draw a dragon, you can craft a dragon with clay or paper mache or something you just have lying around. You can make a stuffed animal dragon, which is something that I might attempt to do. It's anything artsy or craftsy that is including a dragon. So take that as you will. Whatever completes that in your perspective does count. And then we also have some dragon food activities. So for this prompt last year, we all made fire flakes from Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was a good time. We still have some of those recipes that a couple people used from last year, so we can leave those down below. It was a ton of fun. So if you want to do fire flakes again this year, you totally can. We are also going to be attempting to make dragon's beard, which is a type of cotton candy, which looks like a lot of fun. And we're going to be trying to make a dragon fruit lemonade. You don't have to make one of these 3 items. You can make whatever dragon themed food that you are interested in, but these are the ones that Jade and I will be trying, and we have some recipes ready to go for those. And the last activity is we are going to be doing a watch party. So we will both be watching Raya and the Last Dragon, as well as The Wish Dragon. Raya and the Last Dragon is available on Disney Plus, and The Wish Dragon is available on Netflix. So hopefully you have access to one of those platforms. If you don't have access to both, that's totally fine. We'll be doing 2 different watch parties, and we'll be trying to accommodate as many time zones as we possibly can. I almost forgot our group book. So our group book is Blaze Wrath Games by Amparo Ortiz. This is one of the books that I read last year. I got it as an ARC because it didn't come out until right after Draconathon. It came out in October, but now it is out into the world, and I loved this so much. I thought it was a fantastic read, and I want to encourage more people to read it. Jade is looking forward to reading it this year, so this is our group book pick. So if you are participating in Draconathon, then you can pick yourself up a copy of Blaze Wrath Games, It is fantastic, it is phenomenal, and the sequel is coming out in, I think, like a month or two. I'll put the release date right here. This is basically an international competition, tournament style with dragon riders. There is queer representation. It is fantastic. We are following one of the main perspectives, who is a dragon rider for the Puerto Rican team, and it is just such a fun time. You get to see a lot of fun competition from the other world teams as well. So if you're at all interested in international sports, you don't have to be to enjoy this book, but I always root for my national soccer teams whenever the World Cup comes around. So if you're into that kind of like spirited competition, this is right up your alley. The ending to this is just phenomenal, and I can't wait to reread it this year. So that is our group book. So sorry, I almost forgot. So that's mainly it for our readathon. We are very excited to get going. So we will be having our TBR videos going out in about a week or two, so look out for those. Let us know if you have any questions in the meantime. All of our socials are linked down below. We have a Instagram as well as a Twitter. Both are at Draconathon, so it's pretty easy to find. And hopefully we'll see you then. Thanks so much for watching. Bye! Whoa!